everybody, it's Jody Parks and me, and today we are doing a video on jackfruit. You got it there, Jody?
Got it.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that jacked Southern barbecue, which is like pulled pork with jackfruit, which is crazy good. And Jody came because Jody has, she is with Pampered Chef. Jody, tell us about, this is a pressure cooker that is not the Instant Pot. It is the Pampered Chef quick cooker, correct?
Perfect.
Yeah, so Jody's gonna give us a little rundown on how to use it because we're gonna use it to make Southern Jacked BBQ with jackfruit. Okay.
Thanks, yeah. So this is AKA the quick cooker. I pretty much call it the boss in our house because it sings. Everything's good when it sings, right? So everything is easy, basic. So you've got your 16 different functions all along the bottom here. So you want to sear, you want to steam, you want to slow cook, you want to, anything you want to do, you can do in here. So depending on what you're making, depends on what your settings are, obviously. A few big things to remember when you're cooking. If your seal is not completely in, it will not pressurize. So you're gonna get steam that are coming out the sides. You're gonna say it's not cooking. This is the big thing here that you wanna make sure. This is basically our seal. We actually have two more that you can use for sweet or savory. Some people like to keep them in the freezer. So then that way it keeps it all. And you just basically tuck it in. So if it's not in that part, it's not going to seal pray.
Yeah, and that's the case with all pressure cookers. So anybody who's had any experience with them will know that, yeah, that's the, you know, that's the juice. That's the part that's going to keep it sealed and get it to work. Perfect.
And then we've got a little notch at the back. So when you're going to put it on, you want to line that notch up. So you'll see right here, it's got the little lip.
Okay.
And then you just turn it so that it's closed. The other big thing that you want to make sure is we've got two little steam icons on the top.
Yep.
So if it's not like that, again, it's not going to seal. So you want to make sure that they're both lined up on the side. Once everything is done, you're going to hit your, depending on what you're doing, you're going to hit start. You'll fly this over depending on time-wise. You've got your custom setting, or you can hit the time and lower the time. So it depends, again, what time you want to do it. We'll decide on that.
Okay.
And then you literally just hit start. That's it.
Yeah, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you a little bit about the jackfruit, and then we're going to actually put it in the pressure cooker and pressure cook it for a very, very short period of time. I think only 5 minutes, because pressure cookers are fast, right? So anything else we need to know about this, Jody, before I talk about the jackfruit?
No, it's basic. It does have your, this guy here will come up. It is dishwasher safe, so that's a nice feature that I like. We do have other components with it. I didn't bring it today. There is the stand, so if you want to put things up there to have it not sitting in the liquid.
So the steam, that's a steam option?
Yeah, so that's an option as
Perfect.
well. Plus there's a ceramic pot, and there's also a springform pan too. So depending on what you're cooking, again, depends on what you want to use it for. It does have a 1 year lifetime or 1 year warranty as well. And then there's lots of different ways to purchase it as well. So
perfect. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so today Jody and I are going to be cooking with jackfruit, and I know lots of people. You're getting this with me, Jody. So have you done it before with have you cooked with jackfruit?
I've never made jackfruit,
but she's eaten it. She's eaten it at my house. Jody's my cousin, by the way. I did a party and we did pulled pork for somebody's birthday. And so I did a pulled pork with jackfruit, and everybody was pretty impressed. Usually they are, because it's really, really comes up with an incredibly close version to the actual pulled pork, except you don't have any animal protein and it's no cholesterol, way better for you. So jackfruit, this one is, I got from Whole Foods, but you can get various varieties. The important thing is it has to be young. I was telling Jody, when I used to live in Asia, the only way I ever had jackfruit there was as a dessert. And believe it or not, when it's ripe, it tastes like juicy fruit. It's pretty intense. So this is young jackfruit, which it hasn't picked up on any of the really strong flavors. And so it's a perfect vehicle to pick up on barbecue sauce or whatever it is that you want to add, flavor-wise. So the other thing too is it has a really cool texture. We're going to show you. I'm going to do some handheld video stuff so we can see what it looks like when we. First, we're going to steam it, and then we're going to pulse it in the pressure. Or sorry, in the
Food processor.
Food processor. Thank you very much. Can't remember. And it shreds, so it looks exactly like either tuna or pulled pork or whatever you want to say. So the other thing you need to know is that you need to get the jackfruit in brine, which is the salty sort of liquid, because it can come as well in a sweet syrup, and you don't want that. So just look for that. It's becoming more and more available because people are recognizing that it's super easy to use and it's delicious. So yeah, so this is it, and it runs about $6 a can. It's not cheap. But doesn't matter, it's good. So
But if you're getting a thing of pork, it's going to be more.
yeah, well, that's
so
true.
that's
Yeah,
cheap.
I haven't bought meat in so many years, I
Yeah,
can't
that's-
remember.
that's
Would that be
cheaper.
about equivalent? Then if you got pork to, yeah, of course you need a lot of
At
pork to
least.
shred probably, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
cost-wise, I think it's a good option. Anyway, so we're going to do that. Anything else? I've also got a selection. I just grabbed a selection of buns because you can obviously put the jackfruit on, or the pulled pork jackfruit on any bun you like. Of course, you guys know I love fibers, so I've definitely got a couple of really serious multigrain ones there. And it's really nice with some sauerkraut on top, some really, sort of sour, just because it's a perfect combo, crunchy sour with the barbecue sauce. And actually, Jody, if you grab the barbecue sauce, I am not making any homemade barbecue sauce, but trust me, it's super easy to make. And if you grab the other one, Jody, I wouldn't mind if I'm talking about if you just check and see if it's got any added oil, because I just need people to know that. So this one is a good one. This one is wildly delicious, and it's got really good ingredients. And I don't know if it has oil. No, it doesn't. Oh, cool. Okay. But, making your own homemade is obviously always the best. Jody, do you have a barbecue sauce you make?
Yeah, I use my Pampered Chef 3 onion rub with smoky barbecue rub.
Gorgeous.
And ketchup.
Oh my God. That's easy.
That's it. So
okay.
it's super easy and it's tasty. It's got the little bit of sweet, so we never buy barbecue sauce.
Okay, that's great. Because, everything homemade's always better.
Yeah.
But I've been super busy doing some stuff for you guys, for YouTube. So I just bought a couple of bottles of barbecue sauce. And what I typically do is I buy 1 bottle of barbecue sauce per can of jackfruit. I don't know, it gives you enough juice and moisture and stuff. So we're going to get started and we'll be right back. Lesser quality jackfruit, and sometimes you can find that in Asian stores where you'll find like more of a generic one that is in brine still. It's still young jackfruit in brine, but it's not a really nice organic one. Then sometimes those cores at the end of they're chunks that are like triangular. You're gonna wanna cut those off because they're a little too firm and they don't cook very well. If you buy the decent quality stuff, I don't cut anything off because I've tried it both ways and these are really good. So let's go over, we're gonna drain these in the sink. Let's go over here and we're just gonna, I'm just gonna get my drain thing. We can just do it on top of here so we can see it better.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then we can just pour. So essentially, you're just gonna be draining off the stuff. Yeah, and they tend to get stuck in there because they're so big. And then I always like to rinse them off just because. Let's see what the brine, well, obviously the brine has got salt in it. The ingredients are organic young jackfruit, water, salt, and organic coconut vinegar. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh.
So we're going to, I'm going to give you that one. We're going to just rinse it just because you know what? I like to manage my own salt intake. So we'll just make sure. Look at that sun from outside making that really nice. So we're just going to do a little rinse here. Perfect. Okay, that'll do. Now, if we go grab your pot, I wonder if we, yeah, or we can just carry it over, I guess. Okay, so I'm just thinking, I'm just brainstorming right now. Do we want to, like what I would probably do is just put a little bit of water in here with the
Yep.
with the jackfruit, and then we're gonna,
Oh, you won't even need to because there's a little bit of liquid still.
okay, we could try it
Do you
without.
want to sear it or?
No, we want to actually like steam it, like
Oh, okay.
pressure cook it. So I would say,
Okay, so
let's
yes,
put,
we will need water then.
let's put like a half a cup of water
Okay.
in, or can see them inside the pressure cooker. Perfect. Okay, and we'll actually move to the other side so we can get the other video going too. Okay, and Jody is going to show us how to use this,
All right.
what we're gonna do. So I'm thinking that, you know, if we do, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes.
How long do you normally cook it for?
Let's feel how, let's do 10 minutes.
Okay. So you're going to hit custom,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to hit time. Ten might be too long.
Okay, let's go, what, 7, 6? We
There
can
we go.
always do more if
Okay.
if we need to.
And then we're good. The biggest thing with pressure cookers is you do have to have some sort of liquid in it in order to get the steam going. You just line it up, okay? And you want to make sure that these guys are lined up because again, otherwise you won't get your steam.
And when you say, guys, there's like a little icon of pressure, like steam, and the two steam things need to be lined up, right?
Yep.
Is that what you mean?
Yep,
Okay, great.
perfect. And then I'm just going to hit start.
Okay.
So when this is going, this just moves around. It's your lovely blue light. Once it comes up to pressure, you'll see a little bit of steam come from here.
Yep.
This red button is going to pop up. That's how you know it's
Right.
It's ready.
Yep.
And then once you've done that, once it is actually ready, it's going to beep. So and then you can either do a natural release or a manual release. So depending on, again, depends on what you're cooking, depends on whether you want natural. Natural is basically you don't do anything. You just let it rest. Manual is you hit this button and the steam. The nice thing about this guy is the steam goes out the back.
Nice.
It doesn't go straight up, and it's literally right here. So there's no chances of getting burned and all those.
Yeah,
good
I mean, that's the
features.
beauty about these pressure cookers. It's funny because Jody's mom was the only relative that I knew that had an actual pressure cooker. You know, the kind on the stove that terrified you, and the top thing would be wobbling. And my mother was way too terrified to use one, but Jody's mom, Aunt Sally, she loved it.
Yeah.
And so when I heard pressure cooker, when they became popular a couple of years back, I was like, oh my God, those things are terrifying. But of course, these electric ones are beautiful because you can set them up, walk away, have a shower, leave the house, and they're absolutely safe.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, we will be back when things are cooked.
There we go.
Okay, guys, and here we are. The jackfruit is all done. It took no time at all. I was trying to make us a salad. Let me just show you. I did I made the Caesar salad dressing from, I think, yes, you know what I know which one it was from. It was from the How Not to Die cookbook, and I have to be honest, not crazy about it. So I'm gonna get Jody to taste it after and see what she thinks. Normally I can fix things up pretty good, but I did make it on Easter weekend and I was a little distracted. So I made it according to the recipe, but it's not quite there. So we'll get back to you on that. But back to the jackfruit. Yeah, so Jody's gonna open the pressure cooker. We did press the button and release all the steam. Forgot to get that on video, but never mind. Now we're gonna take a look, and there's all the steam coming up.
You'll see when you do your pressure cooker too, when I took it off, that's how you know that it's all come to pressure because the ring tends to move up.
Okay, perfect. And do we have a fork here? Would you grab a fork, Jody, from the drawer over there for me? And then over there, love.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Because what we're going to do is we're just gonna poke a fork in this jackfruit and just make sure that we cooked it enough. And yeah, it's not exactly cooked.
Want it longer?
Yeah, I think we'll do it a little longer. Some of them are done. Yeah, let's, it's close, but I would say it's not quite done. So you know
Maybe your
what,
10
we're
minutes was
going
better.
to, yeah, we're gonna do it another 5 minutes and get back to you. Hi everybody, we're back, and I think what you need to do is cook the jackfruit for 10 minutes in this quick cooker or any pressure cooker for that matter. That's what I would guess. And then Jody is taking it out, as you can see, draining it because we steamed it in like a half cup of water, or maybe it was a cup, I don't know. It doesn't matter, just add enough water. And then we're putting it in the food processor, and we're just gonna give it a couple of blitzes so that you can get it like a pulled pork texture, okay? And that is, as you can see, 2 cans. So it's not actually a lot of jackfruit for 2 cans. And we may even be a little bit overly zealous having 2 jars of this. We may only need 1. Anyway, okay, so let's.
I just want to see how much it would break up. Yeah, it would.
Do you want to try it in it? Do you want to try showing it in a bowl how to do that?
Yeah, we can do
Because
that.
Jody's got another option here. And just put a few of them in here.
Mm-hmm.
Jody's got another option where she's got this really cool tool that is, what's it called, Jody?
It's called the mix and chop.
Okay.
It's one of our tools that what I call you never knew you needed until you have it.
Okay, so let's take a look and see.
So it's slightly serrated on the top.
Yep.
And then you literally, so it will mash, it will shred. So it's actually shredding it up pretty good. Oh, you can smell the
Yeah, that
vinegar.
works.
Yeah, so if you don't have a big food processor,
No worries, you can have that.
you can use it, and this guy's like $18 all in kind of thing. And there you go. So it works well if you've got lots in there, or this bowl's a little bit big for the amount that we have.
Yeah, yeah, but you can see it's quite effective, and that's
yeah.
the texture that you're going to be looking for sure. So let's pop that into the thing, and then we'll just give that a couple of pulses. Yep.
So yeah, so just a different option for different kitchens if you don't have this big guy.
Mm-hmm. I'll just pop that in for it's just a bit of a pain to do. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to do a couple of pulses. I'm going to just show you on the side what it's going to look like. Okay, I think we're going to just, Jody, I'll get you to open that up, and then we'll just use what we've got. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
perfect.
that's
Has
pretty
like a tuna.
good,
It's
right?
almost like a tuna texture.
Yeah, let's see if you can see in here. There's the texture. I actually like it a little more shredded, so I think we're going to just pulse her up a few more times. I'm gonna pour this barbecue sauce in. I think we're just gonna use the 1 jar this time and just see how it works out.
Some people are saucy and some people
Yeah.
don't need to be saucy.
That's right. Now I'm gonna get you to, we can get the rest later, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get you to turn on the saute or whatever you would recommend
So,
for the front here.
Sear wise, so you see how the blue light is
Oh yeah,
moving
right.
across.
Uh-huh.
So now we're on sear. This automatically defaults to 20. Timing really doesn't matter. And
Okay.
then just turn it on.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna, no, we are gonna want the
Yeah, I was
second.
just gonna say,
Yeah, we're
we're
gonna want the
definitely gonna
second.
want the second.
Okay, and let's just take a look in here and see what's going on. Yeah, that's a good amount.
Yum.
Okay, and we're just gonna heat that guy up. Oh, if you could only smell, it smells so
Smell feature
good.
needed.
Applewood hickory, so good. So that's gonna just heat up for a few minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose a couple of these buns,
Oh yeah, it's already starting to sizzle.
and we're gonna load them up and then top it up with the sauerkraut. This is a raw kraut, and you can use any sauerkraut you like, or just pickles, whatever works for
Or
you.
coleslaw.
Yeah, oh, that's right, coleslaw for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna let it heat up, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back with the final put together of the jackfruit on a bun. I call it Southern Jacked BBQ. And we added we've heated up the jackfruit in the barbecue sauce. taste it, and if you want it to go simmer a little bit longer, you can do that too. And what you want is you want the jackfruit to be nice and tender, and if you steam it first, it should be that, but you can also just keep cooking it in the sauce, which is what I used to do as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get Jody, we've chosen this bun, and Jody's going to put jackfruit on the bottom, and then we're gonna top it up with, it almost looks like a sloppy Joe, doesn't it?
It does look
Yeah.
like a sloppy Joe.
So there it is. We're going to top it up with a little bit of this. Here, I'll let you do it. I only got one hand. Yeah, we put that on. And that just gives a nice balance of flavor because the barbecue sauce is sweet and spicy and smoky. And
Do you want all this?
no, it's probably enough. Whatever you think.
There we go.
Yeah. And then we're going to put that on top. And if you cut that in half, we'll take a bite and we'll give you our impression. Yeah, I guess that wasn't the best bun to choose, was it?
You know, I'm gonna do one of these.
Oh, that's a smart idea. There's a little hack for you. Cut the top first
There we
and then go through.
Yeah.
Hey,
these
that
are
was
going to be
that was a cool little hack.
very messy.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. So this is what they look like. And again, use whatever bun you like. True confessions, Jody and I had one of these buns with lunch. That's why we chose this bun, but here it is. Jody, I'll let you go ahead and taste it.
Sure.
Okay, I will too.
They're totally messy, but fan-freaking-tastic.
So delicious.
Yeah.
Smoky and easy.
Definite make again.
And as Jody and I were saying, a child could make these. It's so easy with the jackfruit. So it's just do a quick recap. Young jackfruit in brine, canned. We don't use fresh jackfruit because trust me, I've tried. Listen, kudos to anybody who can do that. I tried. You have to be able to pick a perfect jackfruit, a perfect amount of ripeness, and I haven't mastered that. And the cans are much easier available now. So you've got your jackfruit, young jackfruit in brine. You open up the can, drain it, rinse it off. We steamed it. We decided you need to steam in the quick cooker for 10 minutes. I would do that in any pressure cooker that you have. Take that, drain it again because you have to add a little water to steam it. My food processor is in the sink now, but pulse it like we showed you. Put it in a pot, either on the stove or back in the quick cooker with the barbecue sauce. 1 can of barbecue sauce per can of jackfruit, I think is, what do you think, Jody? That worked out?
Yeah.
And then, and then your favorite buns. And
These were 350 mils.
yeah, good point. Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. And so then you just add something vinegary and sour, like pickles or sauerkraut or coleslaw. You were suggesting would be another one. Yeah. And so it's really good, and it's really great. And so Jody and I are going to go because we got to eat these. So we have to get going. Anyway, it was fun. Thanks for joining me, Jody. And Jody's with Pampered Chef, and we will put Jody's links below.
For sure.
And you can get a hold of Jody to get this quick cooker, which is amazing. And then show us that other tool that you use.
Oh,
that really cool tool. There he is, right there.
Okay, so go.
This really cool one. If you don't have a food processor, you feel like you don't want to get it out, that thing really shredded well. You could even see some of the shreds still on it. So that's a good option if you don't have a food processor. Okay, thanks for joining us, and bye for now from me and Jody. Take care.
Take care.